Alright, so this video is for people from countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, and other countries in that region that allow dual citizenship, right? A lot of people from these countries, especially Muslim people, the focus over here is the Muslim population that's not from the Gulf or Saudi Arabia, who's living in Gulf or the Saudi Arabia for a very long time, in some cases decades, right? 20 years, 15 years, and so on. The problem is not only their own passport is very weak. Pakistan, Bangladesh are great nationalities because they do allow dual citizenship, so there's nothing wrong with it to hang on to those passports. The problem is the access and the future options, right? So yes, you have lived most of your life in Gulf. The problem happens with the children. A lot of Muslim people have big families with a lot of children, sometimes 5 children or more, and these children these days don't want to live in the Gulf, or they don't want to live in Saudi Arabia. They want to move outside for future better opportunities. You do agree that that's the best option for them. Exceedingly, I get a lot of calls, and a lot of parents are concerned that, hey, my child wants to study in Germany, wants to go to Australia, in a lot of cases Canada. The biggest limiting factor is the nationality. For me, the Pakistan passport is fine because I'm in, let's say in Saudi Arabia or the Gulf, things are going on. But when it comes to children, I don't want to limit their opportunities. What are some of the good options for them, which gets them access to 3 important places? One is UK. Second is EU. They want at least those 2 access. In addition, some people want the Canada access. Some people want access to the US. So what is the most bang for the buck? One of the biggest mistakes a lot of people do is they rely on the Turkish CBI. They think 400k, some start their investments with the residency and then they want to move over to, covering up the 400k and then eventually applying for the Turkish passport. Now they think it's free. They get a home and then they're getting a passport for free. That's how it is marketed. Theoretically, yes, you can think of it that way, but practically you're losing at least half the money in some cases, right? Again, it depends upon the kind of deal you strike, but usually the prices are overpriced, inflation, the falling rates, etc. At the end of the day, when you really be true to yourself, you're essentially paying 200k for that passport. So it's not free. You think it's free, but it's not free. And there are a lot of hidden gems in the Latin Americas. There are a lot of residencies and flexible residencies. So you don't necessarily have to move right away. And one of the biggest, important things that a lot of people don't even know or not aware of is when you start these residencies, you can add your children onto these residencies. Let's say you can't do it, right? The whole family cannot naturalize in that Latin country. Let's say your children are moving there, spending a year and a half, 2 years, they acquire that nationality. Now you have a child who is a citizen of, let's say, a certain Latin country. Your other child is a citizen of some other Latin country. This opens up some hidden possibilities and opportunities that you may have never thought about. So that is the approach to it. A lot of these residencies are almost free. Obviously, you got to pay for lawyer fees and application fees and stuff like that, but there's no sunk cost. There's no investment amount, heavy investment amounts like you're looking at with the Turkish program. They're almost free, and what you get is something substantial. You're getting a passport, you eventually get a nationality which has that UK access in most cases, the EU access in most cases, even Canada in some cases. So you're getting your bang for the buck. In fact, you're getting so much for literally little to no investment at all. And one of the only big challenges that some people face, is they think the Spanish is going to be hard. No, that's not true, right? You have some time to go to that citizenship interview. Every day, if you spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you can brush up on your skills. But this is particularly very beneficial for your children, right? They love new languages. Learning more languages is always better for their development. It's always good for anyone, right? So if you can't do it, let's say your children are moving there for a year or 2, obviously they're going to pick up basic language skills. That's going to help them complete their citizenship. Then they have a very strong nationality. So yes, you have your Pakistan, your Bangladesh nationality on one side, but to add on to that, you have one of the most powerful nationalities from one of the Latin countries. So I'm going to discuss some options over here. Some of the great options with absolutely amazing passports are Brazil. It can be flexible depending upon the route you choose. You have Argentina, you have Paraguay, you have Ecuador, there's Mexico, there's Chile. If you want to get the best passport, then there's the Chile option. It has a flexible temporary residency. It can be worked properly. The Mexican passport is crazy, one of the big heavyweights in that region. Tons of benefits with the Mexican option. So there's so many different options, and as I said, they're flexible, so you don't have to necessarily move off the bat. So if you are interested, if you want to have that discussion, and I have been having several discussions with a lot of families, larger families with a lot of children, and you can always click the link in the description, book a call with us. We can discuss your family size, the number of dependents you have, and what their interest level is. Based on where they want to get educated, they can actually avail themselves some very strong nationalities. They don't have to stick over there for their lifetime. They can then easily move. A lot of parents from places like Saudi Arabia and Gulf don't want to send their children too far away. So once they have the strong nationality, once they have that UK and EU access, they can easily be close to home. They can either be in the Gulf with you, they can be in Germany, they could be in any other EU nation, they could be in the UK. So it opens up tremendous opportunities, not just for you, but your whole family, your children. So you're really benefiting the entire future. Turkey is not the only option. There are several smarter moves that you can make at this point in time to secure a better future for you and your family. Now, if you aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure to turn on the bell notification and subscribe, because I post a ton of content with a lot of analysis, news breaks, new residency programs, and a whole lot more. And if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. And as I said, if you want to get started, we have attorney coverage everywhere, almost everywhere we discuss. So you can always reach us. We can have the discussion, get you started. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subbed, and catch you in the next one.